Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome to Vox Yoga. Today we have a short practice for the lower body. On this channel I've got quite a few practices for the upper body, releasing the shoulders and the neck, because these muscles and structures are so interconnected with the larynx. However, as singers we also want to have freedom, flexibility in the lower body, particularly the hips, the hamstrings, getting a balance of engagement in the glutes. This is going to help our overall alignment, which therefore will help us breathe efficiently and therefore voice efficiently. Also, we don't want to have any excess tension in the body that can compromise how we're feeling. So let's get started. We'll be quite close to the ground for this practice. So make sure you've got a mat or somewhere that you feel comfortable and supported, and we'll get started on our backs. So come feet flat on the floor, knees bent. And then lying onto your back, keeping the neck long. Hands can be by your sides here, or on the belly actually. We just want to connect to the breath when we start this practice. So we'll come to reclined bound angle. Bring the sole of the feet together and let the knees just drop open to the side. The knees don't have to touch the floor. They're just guiding towards the floor. Now, if your lower back therefore arches, just move the feet a little bit further away from you so that the lower back can release here. Focus in on the breath, breathing in and out through the nose if that's available to you. You can shut the eyes. And the more you can relax, the more you can release into the stretch. Then either using a little bit of core engagement or your hands on your thighs, just bring the knees back together, feet flat on the floor once more, knees bent. Figure 4 stretch, lift the right leg, bring the outside of the right ankle to the left thigh just under the knee. Now you can stay here or you can lift the left foot, interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Keep both of the feet engaged. Feel free to just have a little bit of a rock on the sacrum here and just feel like your right knee is drawing away from you. Breathe here. Bring the left foot back down to the mat, release the right. Right foot on the mat, knee bent, lift the left leg, outside of the left leg, on the right thigh, again staying there or interlacing behind the back of the right thigh. Feet engaged, again find stillness or a little bit of movement and just focus on the breath. Release, bring the right foot back down, release the left leg and then hug both of the knees, have a rock from side to side. We'll make our way to tabletop. You can either slowly roll onto the side and press yourself up, or you can have a bit of a rock and roll along the spine first, which just feels quite nice for the sacrum, and then press yourself up that way. We'll all meet in tabletop in the center of our mats. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Great, feel strong through the left hand, the left shin, press through the top of the left foot, and then lift the right leg up behind you. Right knee bent, right leg bent, right foot engaged and flexed. Breathe here so the glute switches on. Try not to shift too much into the left side body. I should have said ground through both hands actually. That will feel more balanced. Then we'll start to draw circles with the right knee, getting some movement into the hip joints. Great, reverse the direction. Then extend the right leg behind you and then bring the right foot over to the left off the mat so we get this stretch down the right side body. You can shift your hips slightly to the right and look over your left shoulder. Breathe here. Bring the right foot back to center and then right knee back in to our tabletop. Other side, strong through both hands and through the right shin, top of the right foot. Lift the left leg, knee bent, foot flexed. Feel that glute engage. And then drawing circles with the left knee. Reverse the direction. Extend the left leg behind you and then bring it over to the right side of the mat. Looking over the right shoulder. Breathe into the left side body. Bring the left leg back to center, back to tabletop. Then walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, extend the legs, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Feel free to have a little bit of movement here or find stillness, whatever feels best in this posture. Ground through the left foot, sweep the right leg up behind you. Bend the right knee and just open up to the side here. Then step the right foot forward between the hands, runner's lunge. So just readjust if you need to, keeping the right knee over the right ankle as much as possible. Then you can just shift back and forwards over that right ankle. So we're getting a bit of movement, gently opening the hips. Great, now step the left foot in about a foot, flatten the left foot so the toes are about 45-degree angle, and then straighten the right leg for pyramid pose. Now we want to avoid hunching and rounding too much here, so you can either bring the hands to the hips so that we keep a long spine, or bring the fingertips down to the mat. You could use blocks for support, whatever helps you feel that stretch, gentle stretch, not forcing it. Breathe here, just keep a micro bend in the knee, keep the neck soft. If the hands are on the hips, release the fingertips to frame the right foot once more. Bend the right knee, pivot on the left toes, so you're back in your runner's lunge. Now shift your right foot to the outside of the right hand for lizard pose. Now you've got lots of variations here. You can keep the back knee lifted or you can lower it, whatever helps you feel the stretch. You can come onto the palms, you can come onto the forearms. So it's really what helps you feel that stretch, feel the opening. You can even come onto the blade edge of the right foot if that feels good. So explore the posture and find the one that works best for you. Breathe here. Great, shift that right foot back in between the hands and we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa if you'd like. From down dog, ground through the right foot, lift the left leg up behind you, bend the left knee so we've got a bit of opening in the hip here. And then step the left foot through, between the hands, runner's lunge. Again, adjust so that you feel comfortable in the posture. On the fingertips and then just gently rocking back and forward, getting a bit of movement here. Stepping that right foot in about a foot, flattening the right foot, toes pointing out about 90 degrees. Straighten the left leg for pyramid pose. Again, bringing the hands to the hips, coming onto the fingertips. Whatever feels best, feeling the stretch in the hamstring and avoiding rounding the back too much. Release the fingertips to the mat if the hands are on the hips. Bending the left knee, pivot on the right toes so you're back in your runner's lunge and shifting the left foot out to the side of the left hand. Lizard pose, it might feel completely different on this side, so feel free to take a different option if that feels best, finding stillness or having a bit of movement. Breathe into the posture. Coming back onto the fingertips, shifting the left foot back into the center, lifting the right knee if it's not already, runner's lunge. Then we'll come to a wide-legged forward fold. So flatten the right foot, straightening the left leg and moving the left toes towards the long edge of your mat. So both toes are pointing to the long edge. Letting the fingertips support you, folding forward from the hips. And just have a bit of movement here if it feels good. Really just breathing space into the back. Press the left palm onto the ground beneath your face now. So you're looking down at your left hand and then reach the right arm up overhead. So we've got a wide-legged twist here. Breathe here, gazing up to the right fingertips. Tiny bit for the upper body. And release. Right hand replaces the left. Press through the right hand. Lift with the left arm, looking up to the left fingertips. And release the left hand. We'll make our way to seated, so just heel toe the feet in. And then bring the sit bones down onto the mat. We'll just finish with a twist, so extend the legs out long. Might want to pull the flesh of the sit bones away so you feel you can ground onto the floor. Just wiggle your knees up and down. Find a bit of release after those strong postures. Great, bend the right knee. Sole of the right foot comes to the outside of the left thigh. Hug the right knee with your left arm. Fingertips come behind you. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Breathe here. Come back to center, small counter twist to the left. Extend the right leg long, left knee bends, sole of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Hugging the left knee with the right arm, left fingertips behind you. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting to the left. Breathe here. Come back to center, small counter twist to the right. Extend the legs out long and just shake out the knees. Once more. Nice. Roll onto the back and just hug the knees, rocking from side to side, finding any bit of movement that feels nice for you to end your practice with today. You are welcome to stay here, extend the legs for Shavasana, stay here as long as you like, or just gently make your way up to seated to close your practice here. Thank you so much for joining me for this short practice today. I hope you feel a bit more released and your body feels a little bit more aligned and supported. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit subscribe for plenty more content. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon.